Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
We're to the 2-minute warning from Lambeau. The Packers facing a deficit near the break. It's a dime look by the Vikings. Third down coming. Love. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense staying out there. Look at this. They're trying 4th and 9. To the air with Love. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
McCarthy trying again on 2nd down. We'll get this to Jefferson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Now they send their back in motion right. Fits it through the middle. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 24 on that play. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down. Working inside the red zone. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, and this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely. You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along your routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings will add to their lead at the end of the half. It's a T.J. Hockenson touchdown. Oh, it's a fake. They're going to flip it to the kicker. He's going to throw. Got it inside the 10. And he's into the end zone, and that shows what kind of game they've been having. Even that works for them, and it adds an extra 2 to their lead. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. One last play before the break.
Here we go, here we go.
A final throw before the break. And he's not going to get something done. They take him momentum-building play for their defense. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Hardy on the return. Big lick from the coverage team there, and that's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even though there's a lot of game time left here, Kate, this just feels like a must for the defense. A little bit of desperation. You cannot allow this offense to find the end zone again, in a massive sack on 1st down. That's the right way to begin this series defensively.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Running back sent in motion. 3rd and long for him here. Pass is caught by Addison. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
How many times, Kate, do we see those routes, those horizontal east-to-west routes, just get that 1st down on these critical 3rd down situations? It takes tremendous eyes, tremendous speed, and a tremendous want-to by the defense to stop that short.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch called for and taken just beyond midfield. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Packers will take over possession. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials. He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5.
Come on, set.
Free play here. Let's see what he does. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Escapes the pocket. He doesn't slide down, and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Has him on the quick hitter. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Shotgun now for Love. Oh, no, they get him yet again. That's Justin Simmons. And the Vikings take over as he records the 40th interception of his career. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Now he'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut-and-dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Here we go, set.
They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Oh my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He stopped at the 17. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that first down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Set up. Go.
To the ground with Lloyd. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
He gets it at Watt. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Kate, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call, contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Following the play, we have... Still out there. Yeah, that appears to be Jordan Addison who's being looked at. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Let's go now.
First and 10. Here's McCarthy. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, and this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely.
Offense to the line for second down.
Set.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, hard to come by in this league.
Caught, nice gain left side. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. There aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. No return on that punt, and they'll get ready to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Takes the handoff, now Love. Flushed out of the pocket. That's caught, Tucker Kraft. And he's out of bounds, past midfield. It's a 21-yard gain. And it'll be first down, Packers.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Let's go.
Thrown on first down, Love. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Well, here's what I know, Kate. And sadly, from personal experience, after this one's over, the QB, he's going to be the first one in the cold tub because he has been feeling the heat and paying the price all game long. At some point, you've got to find a way to protect the passer or he's not going to endure this season.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Go. Go.
Here's Lloyd. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. Give him 6 yards on the run, so it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you. If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Defense just needs to hold them short. It's 4th and 7.
Stephanie! Buffalo 18!
They send a receiver in motion right.
Set go!
4th down, here's Love. They connect for the first. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. How about 19 yards on 4th down, and the call to go for it pays off considerably.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Set up! Ready!
First down throw, here's Love. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Here we go! Here we go!
Lloyd on the shot. Oh, he loses the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Oh boy, Brock, some very unfortunate deja vu offensively here. This is exactly how their last drive came to an end too.
Yeah, bummer for the offense, but exactly what the defense has worked on this week. Right, they find those ball security culprits and they take advantage of them. They study that tape, Kate, all week long, looking to see who's loose with the football and where they can take advantage of it, and they've done it on back-to-back drives.
Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. It's Jones on the toss. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Let's go now.
They'll run here following the penalty. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Even after a solid 6 yards on that play, still a long ways to go here on 3rd down. They kick the running back in motion. On 3rd and long, it's McCarthy. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignments, hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
And they down this one right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Set. Go.
Love out of the shotgun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now they face 2nd down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Finds his man. It's Kraft. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
70 Lions. 65 Green Bay Packers.
Love from the gun. Has it downfield, working the left. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. Now a point after to bring it back within one score. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the fourth. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Jackson now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
McCarthy throwing here. He's throwing deep to the left side. They did it. He made the interception. And the Packers have some new life in the fourth.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return from a defense that sensed they needed the big play, and they found it.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Here we go, set.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Packers down by only 2 in the fourth. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop.
And he gets into the end zone. This one all tied up here in the fourth quarter. But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the second half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? Do you know who Steven is?
That's a good question. No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. You take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And a man is there to knock that away.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
2nd and 10. McCarthy. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. Working quickly here. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Back to the air, McCarthy. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson. So now they have 3rd and short. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. Looking to throw, McCarthy. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
McCarthy trying again on 2nd down. Has his man. It's Addison. And that will not be enough for a first down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. On play action now, McCarthy. Chased out to his right. Now here he goes. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Has it in close. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Nixon now to return it. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got first down from the 31. Play fake, it's Love. What a clutch play late. He intercepts it. Ivan Pace has got it. And the Vikings get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
4 picks, 1 game. Hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They've got a man in motion. First and 10. Here's Jones. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Setting up to pass. Along the sideline, he brings it in. They say he got the feet down too. Excellent work. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down carry for Jones. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. He'll look to throw it. Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted. Edgerrin Cooper takes it away. And the Packers have some new life in the 4th.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and is clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
Here he is to throw. Looking slant route, complete. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Offense to the line for 1st down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Back to throw. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game.
There is no question this defense has risen to the occasion of prime time tonight. There's also no question that this is a window into the kind of beating quarterbacks can take when you can't protect him. He's going to have to use all week to get his body right to hopefully hit the field next week.
And they got there in time. He's taken down. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. One final shot here. And this ball's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
19 tight, 19, no!
Now to throw. And they get to him and haul him down. What a play, forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one. So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Vikings emerge as winners as we say so long from Green Bay.